Hello, gaming fans. How you doing? This is Joseph Nine, and this is our first session of Danger Nights Retro Review, and we're doing a review on arcade games. First, before we actually get started, let me bring in the host, Rick. Please introduce yourself to the fans.
I am your hardcore host, Rick Head of Hardcore Wrestling Radio. Joe is, of course, part of the HWR crew. Right now, I'm doing the tag team game of WrestleFest, where I'm the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, and I'm getting my ass kicked. Joe, over to you.
Yeah, I actually just started myself. I have taken my favorite team in this game, Demolition. Uh, Demolition is pretty much my favorite team in this whole series. It's not working for me. There we go.
And
It,
right now, I am facing Kurt Hennig and Ted DiBiase.
this game has 12 unique superstars. Uh, they have the classic Demolition, Hogan, uh, Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, Earthquake, which I was surprised at, Kurt Hennig, Ted DiBiase. So while it's missing Rick, in my opinion, they're missing the Macho Man out of this game. But besides that, it plays well. And I am now Demolition taking on Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I'm on my second match, which is Sergeant Slaughter versus the Big Boss Man. Um, and WWE did try to do a rehash version, and they really didn't make it the classic arcade style. They did have a lot more wrestlers, but it didn't have the same feel, the retro feel.
Yeah, and this game is really good. I mean, it's a blast from the past. They have a lot of good uh, superstars from back then, and it handles well for an old game. The animation is really good on the moves. The characters, while it being, I would say 16-bit, still, it's for what it is.
Uh,
It's a great game.
I wouldn't be surprised if the other wrestling game, um, I think it's WWF Superstars, actually probably was even an 8-bit.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that game is also a really good wrestling game. I gotta say, for an actual full WWE game, it was more entertaining than what we have today. In that game, you have Macho Man Randy Savage, Hogan, the Mega Bucks, Andre, and DiBiase, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I mean, it's a nice set that they have. They even included the Honky Tonk Man, which is, I don't think they have included Honky in any other, even the console games, have they?
No, they've not. It hasn't been any of the Legends games with the DLC content. I think Honky Tonk Man is not really on the best of terms with the WWE.
Oh, yeah, I'm on my second match right now, and it's the Boss Man versus Jake. I mean, excuse me, Boss Man teaming up with Jake the Snake Roberts against my Demolition. And I gotta say again, what is nice about this game is they also go to different arenas. So right now I'm in the Wrestling Challenge arena, which used to be a TV show, WWE Wrestling Challenge, and it used to be hosted by Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. So it this brings back Saturday morning memories.
Yeah, it does. And Saturday night's main event was almost like a mini pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was a monthly, well, every other month pay-per-view, which they used to showcase all that's talent against each other, and I think that's what was missing with today. I think they have everybody wrestling with each other, and it kind of blows pretty much because now you're so used to, seeing all those the people fighting each other. Everybody, like, how many times can you see John Cena fighting the same people over and over? That's what makes it boring in my opinion.
Yeah. Now, one thing, if I had to have one major complaint about the cage match in WrestleFest, you don't get to climb the cage.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But the cage is really deadly. Geez, and I'm speaking about deadly. I'm getting my ass kicked. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. Okay, my demolition just got eliminated. So, Rick, I don't know if you're going. I just hit.
I'm going right now against Demolition, and I'm trying to give Warrior a little bit of time so he can re-heal, and then there we go. And I made the tag, and I just got my ass knocked down.
Yeah, I just continued my match, so I'm still going here. That's another thing here. Since it's a MAME game, a MAME emulator, which is an arcade emulator, uh, you pretty much can continue going. It simulates you throwing quarters in the machine, so you can literally just keep playing. It's kind of cheating too, because if you actually in gameplay, if you deposit a quarter, you actually can re-heal your characters, and they can continue to fight.
And you know what? This is a versus game. Probably one of the. Actually, I'd have to say it's the second versus game for wrestling, and it was a lot of people get pissed when you start throwing another quarter in, and then they're kicking your ass.
Oh, absolutely. I
You know
used to
what?
remember going in the arcade with a buddy of mine, and we used to be Demolition, and we used to just dominate the machine.
And I am getting Demolition just kicked my ass. Yeah, it's over.
Yep, I'm still in the fight here, and I gotta say, again, it's unique because you can go outside. You can pretty much travel outside. There's chairs, there's weapons, so the game is interesting for that aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, for very early games, it probably was one of the best in its time. A lot of other wrestling games was tag team wrestling, very retro. This was probably an 8-bit game. Then one of my favorite games was Mat Mania, and then they had Mania Challenge, which was also a competitive game, which I thought was good. The only thing I didn't like about that particular game was there's only 3 guys. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this edition, Joe. Take us out.
All right, definitely. The game was pretty good in my opinion, Rick. If you want to rate it from 1 to 10, I'll give it like an 8.5 because it doesn't have Macho in there, and it doesn't have and it could have been a little better, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. I'll give it an 8 as an overall with just the gameplay. My only 2 bitches is that you can't climb out the cage, and of course, there's just not enough wrestlers. I would like to be a little bit more, but it is what it is. So, yeah.
Well, definitely, fans. We hope you enjoyed this first session of Retro Review. We pretty much gave you a sample of WWF WrestleFest from 1990. Again, good game. Go check it out if you want to give it a try. Look up MAME emulator, M-A-M-E. You can probably Google it, and you can also look for the ROMs. That's the games. So you want to get all that together and give it a shot. It's a real fun game. Fans can find me on Twitter at JKnightCWA. They can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com Joseph Knight Manager. Rick, where can they find you and what's going on?
Well, if you want to check out our podcast plus reviews such as this, we're over at youtube.com/HWR show. Hit that subscribe button in the upper right corner. But if you want to get into the conversation, we do have a chat room over in the group section on facebook.com, and that's HWR chat room. So, passionate wrestling fans, we want you to come over, say what you want, how you want to say it, because we are hardcore.
That's it. I appreciate you coming on, Rick. Fans, tune in tomorrow. We'll probably be doing, hopefully Rick gets a chance to look at Star Wars Force Awakens. I've already seen it. I got my rants for it. Rick, once you get a chance to see it, you will be able to do that review. Now, you'll probably like it. I'll probably trash it, and we'll have a good time with it.
And wrestling fans who are watching this, make sure you check us out tomorrow night after Raw, where we'll do HWR's Raw Reaction. For the Danger Night host, Joseph Knight, we'll see you when we see you.